guys, welcome to a new video. This is another tutorial on Happy Wheels, and today we are going to talk about everything that has to do with masks. And I am going to teach you how to make your character wear a mask, how to design one, and the most complicated thing, how to pick up a mask so that it looks like you are wearing one. So let me just add a floor real quick. So this is my floor. I'm going to use the floor for when I have to pick up the mask. So for now, let's focus on how to make the mask. And to do that, you select a really small shape, about 5 by 5, then uncheck fixed, so that sleeping is also not checked. Make sure it's interactive and the collision is on 1. Also leave the density to 1, because if you put that up too much, your mask is going to be really heavy, and that's not a good thing. Actually, what you could do is put it on 0.1, because now it's not that heavy anymore. So let's go ahead and place the shapes like so that they cover all of the character's head. This is kind of to make the mask not fall off your head. So as you can see right now, I placed the squares in this position so that it covers my head. And now let's go ahead and create a mask. So what I'm going to do first is select the shape of the mask I want. So I think about this size is fine. Oh wait, don't forget to put it on non-interactive, because you don't want to hit the face with your mask. You only want it to cover your face. And also let me place it all the way over the face like this. And there we go. So this is covering my face right now. And what I want to do is select, for instance, let's select light brown. Then go to the editor menu, level options, and select here, select light brown here as well. What this does is it's going to make light brown your background color. And so that way, when I group this and place it foreground, your head pretty much disappears. Like that. So this is kind of the trick how to make your head disappear. As you can see, my head is wobbling a little bit because there is some weight on my head. You can also see that the mask is able to fall off. So what I can do now is just break it and add some more hold in place points. For instance, I can add one here. I can add them around my segway so that I'm sure the mask won't fall off. I can add one right here. And if we put everything back into place, group it, foreground, I'm having more trouble with taking the mask off. The only problem right now is that I'm having trouble with crouching, and jumping can be a little problem as well. So make sure that you don't place too much squares around, because that will lower your movement choices. So now that that's done, oh, also I can't eject from my vehicle right now, which is a bit of a problem. Well, I can, but I'm going to take the mask off if I do that. So keep that in mind, and with that being said, I'm going to create a mask. So let's go ahead and select it, and then just copy it and put it right here. Now you can trash everything here, and this is what I'm going to work with. So the mask should be smaller than the size of the head you made. Also let it touch the neck. And that's kind of how you make a mask. So let me just make a horror mask. Rotate it a bit so that it fits your head perfectly. And now add some eyes. I don't know, I'm going to make black holes for the eyes. And then some red insides. Like so. Kind of reminds me of the robot from Raleigh so far. Here we go. It's also, I think it's going to look good when I add some kind of mouth. Well, it's not that great, but I'm happy with it. Also, I'm going to select a darker color for the shadows and place them here. Like so. There we go. And a lighter color for the top. In this case, all the way white. There we go. And now my mask is done. What I can do now is select, well, let's select only the blue shapes. So I'm going to do that by holding the shift button and clicking on all the blue shapes. Like this. Select opacity and set it to 0 so that you can see it. Alright, and now I'm going to place the head right here so that it fits and double check if all the shapes are in place, and as you can see they are. And now it's not working. Great, because I didn't add this to the group, so that's a problem. Let's Control Z for a while, and yeah, here we go. Group everything, group items, foreground, and now it should work. And it is working. So this is my mask. Pretty amazing. You can still see a little bit of shapes of the head, so if you want to prevent that, just make sure that the brown covering thing is a little bit bigger. But it should be behind the mask. And now it's harder to tell where the head of the character went. But yeah, this is my mask. And if I want to make my mask be interactive so that I can pick it up, all I have to do is, let's turn the opacity back first. I'm going to remove this and this, and remove all the squares here. So as you can see, there's only the mask left here. And now I am going to group it, rotate it so that I can make it stand up, and place it right here on the ground. I'm going to set a trigger here, large enough so that the player can never miss it. I'm going to add this to the mask, and this right here to the mask I'm wearing on my face. Now what I want to do here is set the opacity to 0, and then trigger action, change opacity. The new opacity should be 100, and if there's a time between 0 opacity and 100 opacity, that's going to look like this. But you can also select to you can also choose to set it to 0, and that will immediately pop a mask on your head. I can also set the opacity down here, so opacity is 100, move it down to 0, and make sure that the trigger is behind your mask, or at least make sure that the mask is in the trigger but it's not placed here, so, because if I place it here then yeah, it looks less realistic if I place it. Apparently my camera stopped filming, but hey, I'm editing now and it's evening, but I've still gotta do this, so let me just narrate for you what's going on. So as you can see, I'm trying to create some kind of grab the mask thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a trigger, play sound effect, and set it to some kind of sound that allows you to hear a sound when you pick up the mask. So I chose to go with the arrow hit 4 or 5, I guess, because that's similar to the sound you hear when you pick up a mask, at least in my opinion. So as you can see, you should set the sound location to 2, because that allows you to hear the sound from the place where you came from, and it looks a little bit more realistic now. So yeah, that's what I made, and as you can see, I'm now going to explain you guys how you can also pick up the mask and then place it down again. So just copy the mask, copy the triggers, like that, and place them next to the mask. You can leave the sound trigger down, because you don't need that for now. Select the other trigger, so trigger 3 in this case, remove all the targets, and you want to add the Segway guy's mask, and also the mask that's on the floor right there. So go to opacity to 0, because that's the action you wanted to give, and then add the mask as target, and then opacity to 0. No, you should yeah, I didn't place the opacity to 0, as you can see, so that's, yeah, here we go. Opacity goes to 0 and new opacity should be 100. Place the triggers over it, and as you can see, boom, there it goes, and here we are. So that's kind of my trick. I wanted to show you how you can place down a mask, pick it up again, place it down. So that's my tutorial on masks for today. Now we're going back to the old footage, because I actually did record my outro. So yeah, fun video today. Thanks for watching, hopefully this tutorial was useful for you. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, or like my Facebook page if you want to support me. Links are in the description down below. Also, if you have suggestions for me for what I can do next time on my tutorials, please send me a message on YouTube or Facebook, because I do most requests. And that's it for today. So thanks for watching. See you next time.